the number line. On the board here we have a horizontal number line, and a thermometer is really a vertical number line. And a term that is used often when we talk about the number line is integers, and all it is the numbers. The ones on the right are positive integers, and the ones on the left are negative integers. And so all these numbers, and all they mean is the numbers, -5, +6, +2, including 0, -8, and +10 are integers. Before I speak further about the number line, let's look at this video. Most machines work in 3 axes. You have the z-axis, which is the vertical, up and down. Then you have the horizontal axis, which goes from right to left. And you got the y-axis, which goes from front to back. And we're going to be turning, as you can see, the digital readout turns positive when you turn one way, and it turns negative when you go the opposite direction. And the same is in the y-axis. It turns positive in one direction, and when you pass the 0-axis, it turns negative. Machines with digital readouts are everywhere. And one of the questions is, why do we have to have negative numbers? Well, there's a lot of distinct advantages to having negative numbers. And let me explain a little bit. One of the most important reasons, let's look at a machine with a table. And this machine moves in the x direction and also moves in the y direction. Now, without the digital readout, we'd have to start with a mechanical. They have a handle over here. And usually a handle on this side. There's a handle, obviously, in the other way, too, for the moving the x or in the y. Now, if we didn't have any kind of digital readout or negative or positive numbers, we'll have to start someplace with 0, 0 with this handle. We have numbers on this handle, usually. And these little dials should make it a little more even. Let's try to get that in the center. Make believe these are just lines with numbers on it. And you turn it around, so we have to start with 0. But say now we want to make a part. For instance, this part over here. This is a part that was machined in our EDM shop that I have. And to make this bar part, we have to drill holes before we put the wire through. We have one in the center. We also have a starter on the outside. And so we place this first onto our machine, and we put this part over here. Now with this digital readout, which has positive and negative numbers, we can now get the center, press the button, and make that 0, 0. This will be our center. Now there's very distinct advantages over that. If we didn't have that, we'd have to start maybe over here and do all kinds of calculations. So now I'm going to make a larger picture over here of this part. This is 0, 0. Now we're going to put 4 holes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all equally spaced now because we started over here. Now if this part was like this, and we started over here, those holes will be all unequal. But because on the digital readout, we just press a button, get our center, and it becomes 0, 0. We move over here, say 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. To either be positive or negative. If we put 8 holes in, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're also equally spaced. And so you can see that having a digital readout on a machine has many, many advantages. And that's why you can go in all kinds of companies and shops all around the world, and you will find these digital readout readings, positive and negative. There's also other ways that these are used. Now this is a caliper, and this is a mechanical. This is a 12-inch caliper, and you can see the numbers just go all the way up here. And any kind of reading, you always have to start wherever this reading comes from because it's mechanical. But we have the same kind of a caliper. That's a 12-inch one. Now this is a 6-inch caliper. Now I can, with this digital readout, because it's digital, I can press 0. Notice, now this is my 0 point here. Now if I open it further, the numbers are positive. And by going further, as you can see, the numbers become negative. And we also have the same thing. This is a micrometer. Each revolution is 25 thousandths, and so and there's numbers on the dial. Now here's the same caliper. This is a 1-inch micrometer, or we say often 1-inch mic, and this is a digital one. We zero often here, 0, 0, we come over here, and we can read this very easily. But one advantage of this digital, we can press 0. Notice right here, I press 0. It becomes 0, the numbers. Now if I turn in this direction, the numbers are positive, and if I turn in the opposite direction, they get negative, as you can see. And I can open it any place along and just press this 0 and have 0 reading, and I can take my dimensions from there. As you can see, there are many advantages of using the number line, and we just touched on a few. Later on we'll be adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing with them, but we want you to understand that this is used, it's commonly used in many, many places.
Please pause the video now and complete the problems in your workbook. When finished, press play, and we'll continue with the next lesson.